Hey there, by the end of this video, you're gonna learn how to set up a cold email system from front to end using AI to get the best results possible. I've been doing cold email for about the last 6 years, and it has changed so much in the last 18 months, it's hard to comprehend. So I had to basically completely flush everything I knew about cold email because I just wasn't getting results anymore. This literally carried my business for years, and overnight almost, it just stopped getting the leads and the sales that I needed. So this is relevant for anyone that's running a business, anyone that has a product that they're trying to get in the hands of many people, anyone that is doing sales for literally anything, whether it's your job or you're helping with a nonprofit. Cold email is a powerful tool. There's so many different ways that you can use it. And now with AI, it is way more powerful. So I'm going to try to make this concise, not overly complicated, not confusing, and not intimidating. And if you stick with me, by the end of this video, you're going to know everything that you need to know in terms of how to set up your AI generated, or I should say AI assisted, cold email system from A to Z. So first steps first with cold email, we need domains. And so for domains, I always recommend, it's called Pork Bun. So it's just porkbun.com. And really, the reason for this is you have to get domains, obviously, when you use cold email. If you're not familiar, the way cold email works is you purchase a domain. So, for instance, my AI business is called Integri. We integrate AI into businesses. So I had to buy a bunch of domains that were similar to Integri. So Integri.biz, Integri.tech, Integri. Whatever, XYZ. And you reroute all of those domains to the main domain. But once you have the domains, you have to put them into a Google Workspace. But don't do that yet, because that's what you used to do. You don't have to do that anymore. So we use Pork Bun and we have our domains, right? Well, from there, what we need to do is we need to go to a tool called Zapmail. And the actual domain, I don't think you can see it, is zapmail.ai. So Zapmail is a really cool tool. And essentially what it does is it's a cold email structure for unbeatable deliverability. And so basically what it does is it lets you buy US-based, which I'm already in the US, but I still use it, US-based IP Google Workshop and Microsoft Offices for $2.50 a month. So if you were to sign up the old way, how I did it for years, you would use Google Workspace and you would use Microsoft Outlook and you would pay $10 to $20 a month literally per email. So not even per domain, per email, because usually best practice for cold email is you have your domain and then you have 2 to 3 email addresses associated with that domain. So mine would be like sam@integri.tech or samuel@integri.tech and so on and so forth. With Zapmail, you can get a Google Workspace account or a Microsoft Outlook account for literally about $2.50 a month. And it's super easy to set up. So let me go ahead and log in here. Make sure I don't, okay, cool. I didn't give off any proprietary information. So as you can see, it is $99 to subscribe per Microsoft 365 or Google Workspace. Now with that subscription, you will get up to, I believe it's 30 mailboxes essentially. So what you're seeing here is you can toggle between Google Workspace and Google 365. The reason this is way easier is because they handle all of the DNS settings. You don't have to worry about the DNS settings. You don't have to mess with it. It's just easy and simple to go. Now, from there, you can also buy pre-warmed up domains, which is a different discussion. But, essentially we'll get to that in a second, actually. Okay, so we're in Zapmail and I have 15 domains, or I have 15 mailboxes set up with Google Workspace and 15 set up with 365. Now, what you want to do from here, export the domains to your email service provider. So Zapmail makes it very easy to just export. You can add the domains, you go in here, and mine already exported, so you don't see the setting, but there's literally just something that says export. And you can export it to SmartLead, Instantly, any of the cold email services. And I just want to explain to you, before this was a thing, this was a very robust process that you would have to pay someone like $1,000 at least to set all this up. Now it's basically fully automated with Zapmail. So from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Instantly, and I'm going to log in for you guys here. Okay, so we're logged into Instantly, and you can see my mailboxes. There's a lot of them. And so each mailbox, once it's warmed up, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to fully warm up. But once it's done warming up, you can send up to 30 emails per mailbox. So I have 30 mailboxes in instantly. You do the math. It's a lot of emails per month. Okay, so step 1 is pork bun. Step 2 is Zapmail. Step 3 is instantly. Great. Now let's get into the actual lead generation process and how we can use AI for this. And by the way, I will have separate videos about how to use each of these tools in depth. But for this video, I just want you to understand the structure and everything that you need to get your outbound rocking and rolling. So the next step we're going to need is some sort of lead generation. There's a lot of different, there's a million different tools that you can use, but Apollo is a really good one. Now, I'm not going to log in because I think we've all used Apollo before, but essentially what you need to do is you're going to need credits. Well, actually, what I'm about to teach you is you don't even need the credits for Apollo, to be honest with you. But basically, you just need to log in. And then once you log in, on the left side, let me make sure you guys can see this. So above me, there is basically information for... It's kind of hard for you to see, but it's basically people, companies, lists, data enrichment, calls. All right, so the point is we're going to use this to generate our list. So I'm going to go in here and I'm targeting B2B tech companies. I'm targeting CTOs, COOs, CEOs, etc. And I'm going to create my list. And what it's going to do is it's going to give me this big list, but it's not going to have the specific information I need. That's what you have to purchase. You have to purchase the credits. However, what you can do with AI is you literally just copy the URL and you take the URL to a tool called Apify. Now, if you're not familiar with Apify, it is the #1 web scraping platform. You can scrape anything, TikTok data, Instagram, literally anything. Crunchbase, Google Maps, Amazon, and yes, Apollo. So let's check out the Apollo scrapers. There's several of them. You can just choose the different ones that have different reviews and decide which one you want to go with. But you can scrape up to 50,000 leads per search URL, and the cost is $1.20 per 1,000 leads. So this is exponentially cheaper than going through Apollo itself. And it makes things so much easier. So you have your URL, and then you put it into your Apollo scraper. So I'm going to pull up the Apollo scraper for you just so you can see. Okay. So we're in the Apollo scraper. This is in the Apify console, it's called. And basically all you do is in the search URL, you just paste the URL in there, and then it's going to just pull the list for you. And it does it all for you. And it's really easy and it's really streamlined and it's amazing. And so basically what this is doing is it's scraping that list. So the list from Apollo has companies. Well, this is going to pull the actual individuals from the companies. But then there's another step. Now we have the individuals, but we need to get their email addresses. There's 2 ways you can do this. There's 2 tools that I would recommend. If you are not tech savvy and you're intimidated by all of this, the easiest tool that you can use is called Lead Magic. You literally go in here and you're just going to take the list that you scraped from Apify, paste it in here, and it's going to enrich the list with email addresses. Now, the problem is I found Lead Magic to not be super accurate. So if you are going to use a tool like Lead Magic, you're also going to need to use a tool like Neverbounce or one of these email verification tools. So you're going to pull the emails and then you want to test the emails for verification. Because what will happen is, what actually just happened to me recently, I didn't verify the emails. And so unfortunately, what happened was all my emails were bouncing. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And so it paused my campaign. But I put it into Neverbounce, cleaned it up, and it was good to go. So you do need to verify the emails before you just send it and fully launch the email marketing campaign. So Lead Magic is a great tool for that. Now, the ultimate tool is Clay. If you're not familiar with Clay, it is one of the most insane GTM tools that exist. And the functionality is mind-blowing. So you can do pretty much everything with Clay. This is my dashboard. I was trying to get to the home page. Let me go to Clay AI. So you'll be able to see it's the go-to-market with unique data and the ability to act on it, meaning you can basically find anything about anyone that you need. So you can enrich data, you can find providers, you can get unique data points with AI agents. It's insane. So the way that I use this is you create tables inside of Clay. And what I did is I created a table that's just enrich email addresses. So the logic behind it, you create a prompt, and the prompt is just basically find the email addresses for the people associated with this list. I paste the list in there and it starts running. And you do have to pay for credits within Clay, but it makes it pretty easy and streamlined to get that. So the list is running, it's pulling people. But then there's the whole thought of enrichment. Now, if you want to enrich data, so let's say you're emailing me. Let's say you're cold emailing me. Well, you could do the old method, which is, hey, Sam, insert first name. Hey, Sam, love what you're doing with insert company name, Integrai. Would love to connect. Something very basic and pathetic that's not going to get any sort of conversion or results like that. Or you could say, hey, Sam, saw your recent post about building an AI cold email system. That was amazing. I really loved the part where you were talking about Clay. And I'm like, whoa, this person actually watched my content. This is a customized message. They reach out to me. This isn't just some random person babbling on. And that goes a long way for your conversion rates because people feel like you're actually talking to them. But you have to do it well because a lot of AI outreach is terrible. And it's like, hey, Sam, love that and it'll just pull my tagline from LinkedIn, for example. And I'm like, okay, I know what you're doing. That's not effective. I have no desire to respond to you after that. But this is really how simple it can be to just completely AIify. I don't know if AIify is a word, but AIify your cold email campaign. So step 1, domains with Porkmail. Step 2, you need Zapmail. Step 3, you need Instantly or Smart Lead. Step 4, you need Apollo or some sort of lead generation, lead scraping. Step 5, you need to enrich that data with either Lead Magic or Clay. Step 6, you pull the data and you put it back into Instantly, and then you launch the campaigns, and you're off to the races. If you're interested in some specific, if you have specific questions about Instantly or Clay or Zapmail, leave a comment. I'll make a whole video about it. But in general, this is all that you need to scale your business, to reach out to millions of people, whatever it is that you need to run cold email for. This is the best way to do it in 2025. The game has changed so much from 2020. And so if you want cold email campaigns that are effective, you need to be using AI. This is the best way in 2025 to use AI for these cold email campaigns.